Oh, here we are with a load of Donnelleys on this beautiful wet morning. Just had to drop off here at number 4 road and head down. This hill doesn't look too steep here, it gets a lot steeper around the corner. And try to see how we get down there this morning with this slippery conditions. Roger. Alright, here we are. Head off down this hill, see how we get on this morning. We've already dropped our tyre pressure down to 70 psi. And we'll just walk down here in first gear this morning. Lock her up in manual mode. Just do a call out. Load double, number 4 road. Heading down the hill, marker 7 down to the boundary. It's just easier just to walk down these hills, especially on a day like this. The thing you actually find that it tries to actually lock up the drive tyres more than anything, and you just got to nurse the brakes just a little bit just to keep the traction going. You can hear it when it's going to do it usually. And on a Scania here you got the exhaust brake over the retarder. On these lower speeds the actual retarder's not doing much of the actual work. Most of it's being carried by the exhaust brake, which is probably a good thing in these real slow descents in this muddy hills like this, because it'd be trying to lock up even harder and you'd really have to try to control it through the 5 stages on here. But we just will put it straight up onto 5 stage, maximum exhaust brake, and we'll just let it walk down. The speed will start increasing in a minute, just slightly. Got just over 130 tonne all up on, 90 tonne payload. Sometimes we come down here a bit heavier than this. It all depends on the grade and the length of the logs. They've got a mixed grades, usually mediums or IMs. See, she's trying to lock up there, so we just got to control it with the brake a little bit. And that determines our weight, whether it's 100 tonne payload or more, or whether it's only back at 90. A lot of this stuff's shorter this morning, which is sometimes not ideal, especially when you're trying to come down hills like this. But it's just take it easy and yeah, get down safely is the key. You can already feel it trying to lock up again there, so we'll just put our foot on the brake just slightly again, let her walk away again. Got been a lot of rain down here the other week, which has chopped up this part just ahead of us quite badly, so it's quite rough, which makes it even harder to get traction on the retarder here. So we'll just walk her up to here, try to make it lose a little bit of speed. Quite rough through here, so tries to lose traction straight away again, so we'll walk it right back down to nearly nothing, and then we'll just let her slowly walk up the revs through here, and the exhaust brake will kick in again. But it's just there, it's real slippery in here this morning, so we'll just let her slowly walk through here. Hopefully we'll be able to gain traction again on the other side. You do not want her getting away on this hill. Okay, the bottom single lane 90 degree bend at the bottom, so you don't want to get away here, otherwise you'll be in the paddock at the bottom. And then there's another hill coming back up the other side out of this mill that you've also got to climb, that's even steeper than this one. But we'll do another video on that once we leave. And we've got a few extra features on this truck over others, CTI plus our lifting axles, which makes that a lot easier on this truck than others to get up there. All the highway trucks have got to put their trailers up to come up that hill, otherwise the ones that try to do it a shortcut way find themselves stuck on it and have to get pushed or towed up there. I haven't had to be towed up there on a double yet, and I don't want to be, so always just take it easy, let her walk up. Oh yeah, no, we love these wet days out here, getting covered in mud and such. But it is what it is. Can't all just drive on the highway and undercover jobs, so someone's got to do the dirty work. But yeah, starting to walk down here a bit better, and then it comes into this rough patch again, just up ahead of us again. You always just got to watch that runaway. As soon as it tries to lose traction, the EBS on the truck kicks off the retarder, and then it tries to run on us again. See, we're quite slippery in this spot here. You can see it's just mostly mud under our foot here. So we'll just let it walk again. Really fighting for traction through there this morning. Come on, baby. Not so bad on a highway truck. Your back trailer is only sort of maximum of 40 tonne, and you're usually about 35 tonne on the truck, so it's not so bad. You've actually got decent traction. You don't have this kind of carry on going down there. But on a double it's a bit more of a slower walk, but get the job done. Alright, now we should be right to the bottom, I think. And this is out the back of Referaa, which is based between Taupo and Rotorua. Coming under this farmland at the bottom here in a minute. All the dairy country out the back here. Used to come to all these farms when I was a tanker driver for Fonterra. Yep, she's all looking good now, so that's good. Just walk it down to the corner, and then it's a bit of a flat plain for a bit before we do our a small descent into Donnelleys. That hill can get quite slippery at times, so hopefully it's not too bad this morning, and it'll just cruise up there nice and easy. Let it double off number 4 road under the Referaa boundary for Donnelleys. Right, now we've done that, work our way along here. What's quite surprising is that this time of the year, how green and beautiful the grass is still. There's been especially good grass growth for the old farmers, so they won't be complaining. Chuck it back at manual again, walk along here at about 9th. Chuck our cruise control on, just to let it walk along here. It's a little bit rough in a few little spots, so just knock our speed back a bit on the old gravel this morning. Don't usually get traffic coming towards us down here. Everyone usually just goes the one way in and one way out. Might get the odd light vehicle that might try to come back the other way, and then hopefully we'll get unloaded here and then head up the top of the hill. There's a crew just up there, and get a load out of there and head down to Onipool Sequel, and that will definitely carve out the day. Then grab one on the way back and head home. Normally stop over on this truck at 2 o'clock, so we do a 12-hour shift in the truck, 2 AM to 2 PM, with usually a half an hour to 45-minute drive each way in the ute. Gives us a total of 13.5 hours work time and near a 70-hour work week. Little hill here, and then be a drop off, and then up to this next hill. Normally we get down to third gear, coming up the other side of it. You probably could come up there in fifth gear. Problem with that is you're hard on the accelerator and the revs will drop down, and you've got no real room if you lose traction. So normally I'll drop it down that extra 2 cogs and keep those revs around the 1700-1800 mark, and let it just walk up there with about 20% throttle. Saves the wheel spin and potentially you're getting stuck on it. Losing our speed, so we'll just roll along here now. Usually like to drop off his hill in about 6th, so we'll start working our way back on the gears now. Back to 8th. See the mill over there in the distance. Back to 7th, back to 6th. Start dropping our tyre pressure back 1 more, and that will set us up for when we're empty coming up the other side. Now I should just start picking up on the revs as we're walking off down this hill, so we'll let her up to 7th, up to 8th, up to 9th, let the retarder go. Let it just roll through here, getting on our 1800 now, and we'll just walk her back on the gas just to walk her through here. Start going down our gears, whole gears, 7th, 5th, straight to 3rd, and then we'll go back off our throttle now and just let her walk through this spot here. Especially see it underneath us, it looks like it doesn't have much traction there. There goes the traction light, so we'll just keep her walking at this speed and this level of acceleration. Doing a tad under 15 k's an hour. But it's not always the rabbit that wins the race in this game. Change over to their channel. Morning guys, load of double coming in. P35 IM, P30 medium from the web. Turning into the mill. behind the chip bins. Yep, goodbye.
Morning, Karl.
Oh, morning. Alright, that works all good. We'll go behind the chip bins and chain our load there. See where we're going next. Just gonna come and pass behind you. Sometimes you're on chain in the middle there and they'll take you around the other side to the left, and sometimes this side, so yeah, whatever, it's all the same to me really. I haven't been inside this sawmill. Used to work in a couple of sawmills back when I was teenager, Thames Timber and Tanner Sawmills, so I wouldn't mind going and having a look inside some of these mills one day. See what technology's changed and how things have improved since I did it. Well, now it'll be here 23, 25 years ago. I'll straighten her up so when we flick these chains off it makes it a bit easier. Alright. Alright, here we are. Gonna go and flick off these chains now. It's not raining down here, so we don't need the old rain jacket this time. On here, nice and easy with these XT auto tensioners. Flick it off. Gear off on it. Take the brake off. This is the only one you've got to reset the brake on front of each trailer. Push it forward. And then one hand, off she comes. Got a spray back, gotta love the wet days. Threw this one on this morning on the front. Don't have to put on our belly chains on this unit with these auto tensioners, but put on that one this morning just because of the way it looked. For my own safety, stops the potential of log moving forward towards the back of the cab. The rest of the packets look really sharp, so just had the two on them. It's always trying to step away from the mud as best as possible, and as normal just checking our unit over as we go down it. Same again on this one. Got to release our brake. Try to stay away from that with the mud on it. The dolly gets especially muddy because it's got nothing to stop it from catching all over my chains. Gotta love these beautiful muddy days. They're just awesome. Beautiful design by Craft with these how it just retracts itself straight back in. Makes the job just so simple. When we flick them off, we're always trying to line up so when we come around this side, it's on the right side of the bolster. Doesn't always work out, but that's okay. Got our ways of getting it off the bolster, like this one here. That's okay. Take it around here, 45-degree angle, and you just roll it. Nice and easy. with this donut style setup on this unit. You can just have larger ones of these and just throw it all in there, but I just think it looks tidier and it seems to be a lot easier to get them off and on real fast. All it takes is to deep that slightly and then it makes a pain getting it all off, instead of just one part, maybe two at the max. And this one, except when you're on the opposite, just do it the opposite way. And she's decided to get caught in that. That's alright, look at her flick. Always checking our dolly over when we go past that. Two different grades, smaller grade of prune, larger grade of prune on the truck. Bang. Always do our double ones on here, you might notice, and the reason is keep the chain away from rubbing on the bag. And last one. Well, we were doing our 6 packets before, we had to do the full 3 chains a pack. It was 18 chains every time when we were doing that. It's a heck of a lot quicker only having to do the 12. Rightio, we'll go and get it unloaded. Check ourselves as we go past here. And the old mate looks like he's waiting for us over there. Just off. Alright.